The PWR Dually gets its name from its dual drive wheels, but how it distributes power between them enhances the riding experience. The PWR Dually is an off-road adventure e-bike, not a mountain e-bike. With its fat tires and signature AWD design, it excels on trails with loose dirt and bounces over grassy fields. Rather than trying to break it by hucking off the nearest jumps, I tested this bike around the city on pass, up and down dirt trails, and across snowy fields to get a better feel for how it performs and who would enjoy it the most. In short, the PWR Dually stands out from competitors with its unique two-wheel drive, which delivers torque and fun for anyone looking for an off-road e-bike for casual rides or crunchy commutes. It's priced competitively with other fat tire e-bikes that don't provide the same power control. PWR Dually e-bike overview. Let's start with dual drive, the bike's namesake. Take on an AWD bike and its standout feature. The Dually is powered by 500W hub motors on each wheel, which are wired together to really traction readings. This last bit is the unique part. Instead of sending the same power to both wheels, the traction control detects when traction slips in one wheel and diverts it to the one with greater traction. That's how it works. I'll delve into how it feels to ride now. With a listed 45-mile range, you'll want to know where you're going and be conservative in your battery life estimates. I didn't test the range to failure because I didn't want to be left riding a 60-plus pound bike home. The estimated battery power on display proved a reliable gauge in my real-world riding. After my longest ride, the battery took about 5 hours to recharge fully. PWR lists 6 hours for fill from empty. Additionally, the battery held its charge between weeks-long periods between use. This powerful torque is also why PWR positions the Dually as a hauler. I didn't test a bike with an off-road capable trailer, but it's certainly powerful enough to haul gear for a day at the beach or the hunting stand. The digital interface displayed the bike speed, power setting, and battery status. Changing the power meant pressing the designated up or down button, which took some concentration to shift on the fly. A long press of the power buttons turned the bike on and off. There's a throttle on the inner portion of the left handlebar. It helped maintain the drive power without pedaling. This feature was convenient when starting from a cold stop to dart across the street, and it lets me keep speed through turns, providing better traction. The PWR Dually came fully unlocked at 28 mph. A large bike moving at that speed with little effort on the pedals will bring a smile to your face. Conversely, it can confuse cars and other cyclists when a fat tire bike approaches that fast on city streets and bike paths. I came to enjoy the motor cutoff aspect of the brakes. Obviously, it's a smart feature, so the brakes aren't fighting the motor, but you can shut off the drive by tapping the brake and then coasting for a stop up ahead. If you pedal, you engage the motors again. To toy with the traction control, I stood above the frame, held the front brake, and twisted the e-assist throttle. The bike lurched a bit, and then the back wheel began spinning out in loose dirt while I held it back. It didn't look as cool as a motorcycle burnout, but it gave me a feel for traction control worse. To test the traction while riding, I hit a steep grassy berm at 10 mph and then stood up to mash up the hill. With my own weight now distributed forward, the front wheel still suffered from slippage on the grass while the back wheel pushed on. And then the front wheel stabilized, and its torque seemingly pulled me uphill. Once the seasons changed and winter hit Denver, I finally got to test the bike out on some snow. I unlocked the front shock and rode the Dually at 20 mph across a few inches of choppy, iced-over fields. The bike was quick to respond to wheels slipping out on the ice and uneven ground. After nearly falling a few times lost its charm, I decided it was time to turn down the power to a more reasonable level, free and continue with a less sketchy ride. From there, the ride was less extreme and more confident. I was still bucking up and down across a field, but sliding out felt unlikely. If you're thinking you ride the bike as a 9-speed and only engage the e-assist when needed, think again. At 66 pounds and with 4-inch fat tires, the only time I try to ride without an assist is while coasting downhill. There are 8 power assist levels. The first is there to get you going from a cold start. Level 2 felt like it was champing at the bit, ready to boost from the slightest pedaling. At level 3, I was cruising. Level 4 served as a roadworthy assist but could get squirrely and fun off-road. At level 5, I was hitting the Class 3 top speed of 28 mph, and your leg motion seems more like a habit than an effective transfer of leg power. The front fork's 95 mm of travel was enough to damp the ride when slow cruising across the dirt with pockets of grass. Any faster, and the hardtail frame and seat made things uncomfortable. On pavement, I preferred to lock the suspension down for more responsive ride and let the fat tires absorb any bumps. The PWR Dually has some mountain bike looks and geometry, but it was too hard to tell if I was getting any flex from the frame. That said, I did like that the top tube angles down toward the seat. It made getting off and on easier. One annoyance was a lack of a kickstand. It was just too heavy not to have a sturdy kickstand with a wide footprint. One glitch I noted during assembly was that the back brake took a lot of adjustment for me to have confidence in it. And that was after a bike mechanic helped out. Also, the wire that connects the front motor to the drive system was pretty loose. I eventually zip-tied it to the fork to keep it out of the way. Well, this is my observation with this particular model. Maybe you've experienced something different. So, it would be a pleasure if you share yours in the comments section below for the rest of the viewers. Thank you for watching this video. Wish you a great day.